So you guys already know Georgia went against Tennessee this week, and it was an amazing game. Georgia won 27-13, and it started raining in the second half, which means both offenses in the second half were, let's just say they were pretty bad. They left a lot to be desired. But of course, before I get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Guys, help me out a little bit. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. Now, of course, Georgia's defense dominated in a win at home versus previously number one ranked Tennessee as of the recording of this video. Now, starting off with Stetson Bennett, the guy had an elite outing, 17 for 25, 257 yards and 2 touchdowns. Most of that production coming in the first half. As you guys know, it was raining in the second half. Pretty ugly second half for both teams on the offensive side of the ball. But UGA's defense continued to play lights out for the whole game. Now, of course, I'm going to save the defense for a little bit later and go down to the receiving game. Now, Lad McConkey had an amazing game. Over the last couple weeks, he had been really cold. It had been super hard to get him involved. But this week, 5 catches, 94 yards, and 1 touchdown. Also go down to the running back, Kenny McIntosh. 5 receptions for 54 yards. So really good game from him. And Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint had an amazing toe tap touchdown catch to put the Bulldogs up about maybe 17 points over the Tennessee Volunteers at the time. It was when they scored their 20 and 22nd points. So that was like the end of the first half. Amazing catch by Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint. That was ridiculous. It was also a ridiculous throw from Stetson Bennett. It was his second touchdown toss of the entire day. Now, of course, going down to the UGA rushing game, which started the game off really strong, but over the course of the game tend to slow down. Now, Kenny McIntosh, 10 carries for 52 yards, and Dejon Edwards, the team's leading rusher, a guy who I called underrated very early into the season, really has come out of the box. 16 carries for 46 yards. Kendall Milton, he came back today, ran the ball once. He didn't really get to do too much, though. Still recovering from his injury, so that's something to look forward to. Kendall Milton, you know he's our power guy. He can also give you a little bit of speed here and there. But UGA as a total, 130 team rushing yards, so really good rushing performance from UGA this game. Now, of course, going down to the game's MVP, or shall I say MVPs, the defense. UGA's defense played absolutely magnificently at home. They allowed 13 points, and Tennessee, they scored 49 points a game. Tennessee was the number one offense in the entirety of college football heading into this game, and UGA only held them to 13 points. Absolutely amazing outing. The defense forced 3 turnovers, 6 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, and I have to mention a DB, a guy who's really burst into the scene, Javon Bullard. 7 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and 1 pass defended. He was an absolute stud this game, an absolute game changer, and he's really bursting onto the scene. He's climbing his way up the depth chart. You notice him getting more time, guarding more of the big-time receivers, being in the middle of the field, just causing havoc, along with Dumas Johnson and all those other great DBs. Keely Ringo also riled in an interception. So, man, it was just an incredible game from this Georgia defense all around. I was really excited to see them hold this Tennessee team, and it gives me a lot of confidence that not only can this team win out, but we can also maybe position ourselves to be number one in the college football playoff. However, that's a conversation for the recap, which I'm heading to right now. Now, of course, UGA, they have to be the undisputed number one team in college football right now. I don't know what else they have to show you. They've shown you elite offense. They've shown you elite defense. They've shown you that Stetson Bennett has the ability to play like a top-notch quarterback in the biggest games of the season. I don't know what else they need to show you. However, they do need to win out. UGA now controls their own destiny when it comes to getting to the playoffs. Even if they lose in the SEC championship, they still have a pretty fair chance at getting into the playoffs, considering their resume, considering they beat Oregon, who look absolutely fantastic. And they also went around and beat Tennessee, who was a number one team last week. So, yeah, that's a very good little slate coming into the college football playoff season type part of the year, if you will. Now, of course, Alabama and Clemson both lost last night, which really messed a lot of things up in the polls for a lot of teams. TCU is now a top 4 team. Oregon is now the number 6 team in the nation. So it's really getting a little tense in that SEC. Right now, I want to say that LSU is in the lead to face us in the SEC championship game. So Alabama really looking rough this season. Clemson, they're over in the ACC. They have 1 loss. They went all the way down to number 12. Alabama to number 10 in the AP rankings. So that's just something to look forward to as a Georgia fan. However, going into next week's game, we do face Mississippi at 7:30 p.m. Finally, a night night game. I know that's what everyone's saying. It seems like we haven't had a night game the entire year. I don't think we had a night game the entire year now that I think about it. But we have Mississippi State. They're unranked, however, still a very, very solid team. I need Georgia to go in. I need them to win out. Let's win out. Go Dogs. And I really, really, really am confident that we can go into the college football playoff season undefeated and the #1 team in the nation. But, of course, that's going to end this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit. Without further ado, I wish you nothing but the best. Stay loved, stay blessed. You guys make sure to like, subscribe. But, of course, I wish you nothing but the best. Stay loved, stay blessed. Without further ado, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching.